Happy Mother's Day to all of you beautiful mothers, near and far. Y'all know you're all right with me. And happy Mother's Day to myself. It is currently 12:32 a.m. on Mother's Day, a lot at Sunday, May 10th. But a lot of time I had to reflect on this week. When Mother's Day comes, it's so much to remember on these days that lead up to Mother's Day. In 2006, I lost my dad, my biological dad, May the 8th, 2006. And it's been how many years? I just stopped counting. So I think I can count a little bit now. Let me see. Should be around 20. Yeah, 20 years that my biological dad has been gone. And wow, 20? 20 years? It seemed like it was just yesterday. And it's already been 20 years. Oh, wow. I stopped counting, and I did that so that I could move forward with life, not forgetting him, but also not letting the grief pattern and things, because y'all know how to deal. So I don't do good with them, but trying to live the life that I know he would want me to have, that he knew that I could have. And Mother's Day was one of our funnest times. We always got together for Mother's Day and just had a great time. See, those feelings still feel like they was yesterday. And we'd be sitting out here at my house drinking and partying, having ourselves a good old time, and just enjoying one another. And so he passed, and then I had some cousins pass. I had some friends pass. Excuse me. All of this went on around the same time in 2006 and 2008 and throughout the years. But I never let it take the place of Mother's Day, because Mother's Day is truly a day that we should celebrate. We should celebrate our parents anyway. But that's just the day when all the people can all do it together at one time. So before anybody get deep on it, just know the worldly version of Mother's Day is so that everybody can do it at the same time. It does not take away from you celebrating your mother every day. Or those of you who don't celebrate every day, but you do show appreciation and gratitude. So don't get deep into that part. Just, you know what you've done for your mother. I'm still sick. I'm hoping that I'll be able to go. Well, let me stop saying hoping. I am looking forward. Yeah, that's a better way to put it. Because by his stripes, I am healed. I am looking forward to going out to eat tomorrow for Mother's Day. Currently, I have a double earache infection in both ears. I have a respiratory infection. And I just knew by now I would be feeling better, because I've been on the antibiotics. I missed one day of the antibiotics, which was yesterday. So now it feels like I got a setback. Bright side, I still got my voice. The other side is that I feel like everything is just dizzy. Like everything is just moving whichever way I move. So I'm still looking forward to going. God can do a lot between now and tomorrow. That's all I'm going to say, is he can do a lot between now and tomorrow. So if I sound a little out of it, it's because I am. I am a little out of it. And I didn't realize how bad it was till I tried to drive and go do something. Because somebody is doing something to... I got some identity theft going on, and I was trying to handle some business with that today and went to drive out, and found out that I was more dizzy than I thought. I guess I had been dizzy for so long that I didn't realize how dizzy I was. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. Trying to drink plenty of water to get this stuff to move out. This congestion is thick. I've had congestion before, but not where it just sits there and it don't want to move. I can feel it. If you hear me drinking water, because that's what I'm doing, drinking water. I did give myself a Mother's Day gift. I gave my bedroom that makeover, and I can't express how I really feel. I went from talking about it to it's actually happening. Y'all speak them things as they are. Put it out there in the air, what it is you want God to do. And you put it in a way that the devil don't know what you're talking about. Devil's still gonna look at us like we are nobodies. And I'm sitting around in here now, and I'm just basking. I keep looking at this sign, God lives here. God lives here. It looked like the gold got bright on it, too. Somebody must have wiped it off. Did some dusting or something. But I keep looking at it, and it's just, God lives here. And that's enough right there to make me just give him praise. I mean, I'm just, what he done for me in these last couple of weeks, I don't, I'm still like, did I just do that? Did I have the ability to do that? Could I just point right there and that's what it would be? Do not doubt God in all you're doing. Get understanding of who God is. Once you know who God is and how much greater and powerful he is and how he can just say a thing to somebody, just lay you on somebody's heart and on their mind for them to pray for you and take the time to do for you. I'm still like, God, like this is a really blissful laugh. I feel like your waiting is not in vain. Let me just say it. Your waiting is not in vain. Keep waiting on God's timing. And just when you feel like you can't wait no more, that's when he opened up the windows of heaven and pour out the blessing. I was sitting back last month and I just I just stayed focused on the windows of heaven. It's going to pour me out a blessing. I was, always in something. And you know what? It's actually a good thing to be always in something, but in something that can produce something good. Not always being someone that's a troublemaker or things like that, but be in the good things. Put your hands to work in a good way. And that's what I'm talking about when I say I'm always into something. And then to see how it turns out, I'm just floored right now at what God is doing. And I pray he blesses everyone that has a hand in what's going on right now. I don't want to tell everything and every detail. I'll wait till it gets finished and then I'll go from there. But God is just amazing me, and his helpers, his workers are doing what they are supposed to do. If you wait on God and you don't faint while you're waiting, because I got the worst, I can't get over it. I keep talking about it because it was such a time that let me know that things were about to shift when I washed my hair. In January, I think it was. And the water was so cold because I didn't have hot water. The water was so cold. I had no idea. Now, this is how we don't know it all. I had no idea just by washing your hair in cold water that you could get a brain freeze. with that cold water hit my head, at first I was okay because, I was used to washing in cold water. But something about this cold water was different. It was not like the cold water I was used to washing my hair in. And it got hold of my scalp, and I caught the biggest brain freeze I've ever had in my life. And I just started screaming. I started crying. And then after it went away, I started laughing. And I was like, we cannot do this again. And I went into prayer. And I went to asking God for some things for my home. Because that was just, it was cold. It was beyond chilling. And that's when I came out with that video where I was washing my hair. And I was using the immersible heater in the water. And that's why I used it that time, because it was just too cold. I wasn't about to take another brain freeze like that. But that let me know that when your hardest and the heaviest gets the heaviest, when things start getting real heavy on you, your blessing is right around the corner. Don't give up. Don't give in. Don't stop prematurely because the weight seems unbearable. You can stand, but you got to stand on the things of God. It felt so unbearable these last couple of months. Some of the things I was going through, like sleeping in the box. I slept in the box the last 3 years, and I ain't had no problem with sleeping in the box. But then, this past winter, it was extremely cold. It was that Antarctic cold that really showed off. When that cold came in, I wanted to complain sometimes, and I was like, nah, I ain't gonna complain because I just gotta let faith have this. It was so cold in this house. It was cold. I cannot tell y'all how cold it was in here. Every night when I would go to sleep, my breathing rhythm would change. And if I had not been on a sleep apnea machine where the hose could be heated, I had heated hoses, I don't think with having COPD that I could have stood it in here the way I did. But those heated hoses from the sleep apnea machine really helped a lot. And they kept my breathing under control and kept that side of things okay. But now the other side of things, I don't know who invented boxes, but thank God for the boxes. Those boxes kept me warm. And it was so warm in the boxes, but now you stick your leg outside the box, now you're going to feel how cold it really was. But on the inside of those boxes, and I did not have no heaters on or anything. And that's because the only heat I had is those little portable bathroom heaters. And you don't want to go to sleep with those on. So I would heat the room up really warm and then cut them off and get into the boxes. Once I got into the box, and it was this one real big box. And so it gave me plenty of room. I felt like I was in a room in a room. It was luxury. Y'all can say what you want to say. But when you can get some heat out of nothing, and you know how cold it is out there, that was nobody but God. The whole time I was underneath them boxes, it felt so good. And then when the sun started coming back out and it started warming up, I was like, dang, I miss wintertime now. I miss it now because really the heat that your body generates in those boxes, it's like getting a massage. That's what it felt like to me, like somebody was constantly massaging my body the whole time. And I didn't come from underneath the boxes. I stayed under the boxes the whole time. And I stayed warm. And I didn't complain either. And when I had to use the bathroom, hey, I took it like a chump. Just got up and went to the bathroom. And it just so happened that the cover that I sleep with is kind of like a woolly texture that goes next to the body. And it stays warm even after you go. When you come from underneath it and you go to the bathroom, when you come back, it's still warm. So God has just really been taking care of me. And He just been taking care of me, and I know he still got me. I know there's still the best is yet to come. I know there's still more to come. I just feel it. And when he talks about pouring out the blessings from the windows of heaven opening up and pouring out the blessings, I don't think it's just financial. I think it's spiritually, because my spiritual being and soul needed a lift. It needed an upgrade. It needed a makeover. And that part of things feels good. I'm now back. I never stopped the things of God, but I feel like I'm going higher. If that's going to make some sense to some of you who know what I'm talking about. I feel like I'm going to another different realm in the spirit that is just powerful. It's powerful. I'm not talking about no crazy stuff, y'all. I'm talking about, I feel like me and God's relationship has went up another notch or two. I feel like I'm more closer to him now than I've ever been in my life. And it's freedom. It's freedom in knowing God. People in this world can hold you in bondage, but the freedom in knowing God, knowing who he is in your life, and learning how he thinks about us is different. So many women and men have lost it. They were so used to living up on a pedestal that when the pedestal came from underneath them, they lost it. And I could have lost my mind too, considering everything I've been through with the invisibles, with other people, with financial issues, with the cold things. I could have lost my mind. I could have really stepped back and said, I give up on life. But it just never, it don't enter me like that. I remember there was a time in my life when I did give up on life. And it was for a man. It was for a man I had gave up on life. I had only gave up on life for those couple of hours, though. But those couple of hours that I had gave up on life, I did major damage to me. While that man walked around and still did what he wanted to do. And I'm not talking about my ex that passed. I'm talking about another ex. But I did major damage to myself because of what he was doing to me. Ladies, mothers, let me tell you something. You are who you think you are. So don't let nobody pull you from your motherhood. Even if they try to tell you how bad of a mother you are. God always has his ways to make us better. Make us better. Because I had kids when I gave up on myself. I had gave up on myself, and that's a bad feeling. I didn't even want to be here. I was questioning why she even had me. She didn't want me either. I was questioning that about my mother because, I'm adopted. And then I look at my adopted mom and I'm like, she don't want me either. And that don't listen to all those things in your head like that. Because if you have not heard from God yet, anything that anybody else says, it doesn't matter. It's not real. It's not true. That's just them trying to project on you, because you have to go and get into the Bible so that you understand what God is really saying about you. He says you're the apple of his eye. Ain't no man or woman gonna tell you that. They not gonna tell you that, especially if they mad at you. They not gonna tell you that you are the apple of their eye. He sent his only son just for us. Brought and paid for. You think these people out here gonna do that for you? No. They'll gossip about you. They'll smear your name. Every once in a while, you're gonna find somebody that's gonna walk with you, though. Because the Bible do say there's a friend out here that's closer than a sister and a brother. And if you haven't found yours yet, then the best is still yet to come. That person is still out there. You got to position yourself. Let me try to correct that for those of you who like to copy me. I have not yet found that isolation was a threat to me. I went in isolation 2022, and not total isolation, but some isolation. Enough is enough. I went in that isolation up until about 2025, I believe it was. But I had to find out what I was working with. I had to find out, who am I now, God? I know I'm a mother, but I'm seeing some things. I know I'm a sister, I'm an aunt, I'm a cousin, I'm a friend, but who am I to you, God, now? Because I know who you are to me. You're my father. You're my everything. But who am I as a person now? That I've overcome all this stuff. Because you can get used to being battered and bruised. You can get used to that. And you'll lose your identity in it because that's all you will know. Who are you now after all of that? After you done came through all that hell, who are you now? I was sitting thinking to myself yesterday. I was saying, I lived in the valley. I lived in the valley and I made it work for me because I applied the scripture to it. And I am trying to tell you something good. I'm trying to tell you this is who you need to go to when you're in the valley, when you're in the pit. When everybody then took your coat of many colors and threw you in the pit, left you for dead. You better know God gonna send somebody to see about you. Be careful how you treat people. Because the one that they might send might be a relative to somebody you don't even like. So, mothers, you don't know who you are. You feel lost. You feel like this is it for you. You're at the end of your journey. And you're just trying to rush yourself and rush your time. Sit back and just talk to God. Go read some scriptures. Get out your feelings. Because feelings are not facts. Feelings is something, most of the time when we have certain feelings toward people or towards things that they have done to us, it's because that's the feeling that the world has projected on us. You remember back in the day, the world looked at us crazy if we didn't grieve and we didn't cut up and scream and holler when somebody passed or rolled around on the floor. If we didn't lose our mind after situations, back in the day, people were losing their minds after going through hellacious situations. They were losing their minds because they didn't know that the world would project that onto you to be sad when you should be glad. You sad because a guy left you? The same guy who used to beat on you and abuse you and put you down, cheat on you. You shouldn't be sad about heartbreak. You should be looking at it like this is my opportunity now that God is going to put those broken pieces back together in the place that they're supposed to be. He going to mend it. Might not be the mending that you see on TV, because we can look at Beauty and the Beast all day and think that's how the ending is, but that's not. Don't get caught up on the cartoons and the princess and the fairy tales when it come down to real life situations. That's cute for entertainment, but when it come down to your real life, you need God. You need God. You don't have to take everything and react to it the way the world projected it on us. Go in the Bible and find out how you should be reacting to some things in your life. How you should be reacting to even if your children treating you bad. There's scriptures in the Bible for that. If people are putting you down, they're mocking you. There's scriptures in the Bible for that. There are reaction words, texts in the Bible that teaches us how to respond to certain things. And that's what I try to do. I try to respond in the way that the Bible has taught us through testaments. And if there's a response in there I don't know, or I don't know how to respond to some things, I go study up on it, because I don't know it all. I don't know it all. But I just wanted to come on and talk to y'all a little bit on that. And I'm not going to stay here too long. I don't have a scripture or anything for you. But I can say, just take care of your mothers. Take care of your parents. Take care of those widows, those who cannot do for themselves. And stop being petty. Don't be petty. Life's too short to be walking around petty Betty. You're going to have to be the bigger person. If you're listening to this podcast, it's because you got to be the bigger person. You will need to be the bigger person to solve situations that's going on in your life. Sometimes it means walking away and isolating for a while to find your strength. Like I did. I had to isolate from family and friends to find my strength. I can go around them now, and the things they do, it don't bother me now. But the thing about it though, when I don't have to call out every little thing I see, but every once in a while I call out something and they'll seem shocked that I called it out, and I try not to laugh at them, but sometimes, even Elijah had to laugh at those who were waiting for their God to bring the water in for the rain, and it didn't happen. Because their God was not mightier than my God. Okay? The God of the heavens. He was not mightier than him. And they didn't get nothing. They sat around and waited, and nothing happened. But Elijah just spoke the words, and something happened. I love Bible stories. I've been listening to this preacher. I don't even know his name. I don't even know if he even right with God, but he has some good sermons. And I love sermons that tell you a story. Y'all know my favorite is Charles Stanley, Dr. Charles Stanley. He my favorite. But I've been listening to, let me see. I'm looking for him now. I guess he's Pastor Terry K. Anderson. I don't know who he really is, but this whole month I've been listening to him. And last month I've been listening to him. Let me see if I can pull up who he is. Pastor K. And I'm glad I'm talking about this, because just coming on here talking, I don't know, it just releases endorphins. And I begin to feel good when I start talking about the things of God. Okay, so he's Reverend K. Anderson. He has a lot of sermons on YouTube. Now, he's not one of them pastors that he sounds traditional, but I don't know. he sounds traditional, but he's one of them, if he got to say hell, he gonna say hell. Put it like that. He one of them pastors. And, and I enjoy listening to him, and I've been waking up listening to him, going to sleep listening to him. And I'm going to have to go back to Charles Stanley soon. But as for right now, that's who I'm listening to. And he putting out some words and giving some scriptures and things. Yeah, he giving scriptures and things out. Y'all know what? I just thought about something. You know why I might feel bad? Because all this time, and I just thought about it as I'm walking, I'm actually kind of stripped down to this little short gown that I got on. And I may feel worse than I need to feel because I have a fever. And I just realized I never took nothing for the fever. I took something for the congestion and the cold, but I haven't took nothing to help break the fever. And I've been sitting in front of the heater. I know I jumped topics, but I didn't feel the heat on my body until I started walking. So that's why I jumped the topic. I'll get back to it. Maybe I need to take a Tylenol or ibuprofen. Because I want to do Mother's Day. I ain't seen my niece in almost 5 years. And somebody said she's supposed to be at the Mother's Day dinner. So I want to see her. I want to see her in person. So y'all thinking I should take the Tylenol and see how that does me? I think I should. Yeah. But yes, Lord. Dr. What's his name again? For those of you who need somebody to listen to, just look for sermons of Reverend Terry K. Anderson. I don't even know where he's from. Let me see if there's a biography or something on him. Let's see. Okay, Reverend Terry K. Anderson is the long-serving senior pastor of Lily Grove Missionary Baptist Church in Houston, Texas. Oh, no wonder he talked big, because he's Houston. He's a Texan. A position he has held since December 1990. Ordained in 1977, he is a renowned preacher, educator, and leader with over 45 years in ministry. Known for his dynamic teaching and for leading his church to membership exceeding 5,000. Okay. He's the ninth child of Houston and Lena Anderson. He got some education here. Before joining Lily Grove, he served at churches in Eunice and something else. Leadership and recognition. He was inducted into the Martin Luther King Board of Preachers of Morehouse College, appointed to the Commission on Baptist Heritage and Identity for the Baptist World Alliance, and serves on the Board of Directors of the Conference of National Black Churches. He has a daughter, Victoria Patsy Anderson, and a granddaughter. That's all he got? Well, I would like to hang out with him because I just know he a mess outside of church. I just know he a mess outside of church. I don't know. He just got that look about. He look like I can give you the word, and then after church we're gonna have a good time. And sometimes, when he talking in his messages, you could tell that he'll tell you he fighting daily too, just like the rest of us are. We're all fighting out here. It's a spiritual war. That's why you gotta stay suited up, armed up, full armor of God. Mothers, more than anybody, need that full armor of God. Well, we all need it. But mothers, you are such an influence on your children. And I can't say that I've been perfect or that I've done right all of my life, but I hope that there's an ounce of me that has rubbed off, an ounce of my spirituality and my faith in God that has rubbed off on my children and my grandchildren. See, it's like this in Timothy 5. Eunice was Timothy's grandmother, and her faith rubbed off on Timothy. And that's why Timothy was able to go in. Wait a minute. Timothy's mother. Wait a minute. Let me get it right. Because I don't want to say it wrong. But I just know it was because of the women in his life that he was able to stand and be the man he was. Okay. Eunice was a devout Jewish Christian woman in the New Testament, Acts 16:1. So you can go back and read it. This is coming off Google what I'm reading. It's just a quick summary. Recognized for her sincere faith and for raising her son Timothy to know the Holy Scriptures alongside her mother Lois. She lived in Lystra, was married to a Greek Gentile man, and played a crucial role in shaping the spiritual foundation of her son, a key protege of the Apostle Paul. And if you know the Apostle Paul, then you know Apostle Paul was, he had a big turnaround in his life. And he really cut up about some things too over Christ. Eunice is specifically named in 2 Timothy 1 and 5 as having sincere faith, and in Acts 16:1 as a Jewish woman who was a believer. And the role in Timothy's life, according to 2 Timothy 3:15, she along with her mother Lois taught Timothy the scriptures from infancy, with which built the foundation for his latter work with Paul. So for me, that's the one thing that I hope that I have instilled into the grandchildren and my children. Now, which way they take it, I don't know. I just know that I wanted them to know who God is. And I wanted them to know what faith is, because without God and without faith, it's impossible to please God, and you're just talking to the walls and going to stress yourself out. But I have faith on tonight that I'm going to be healed and that I need to do what I need to do. Having faith is doing what you're supposed to do. I know I'm having a fever right now. I need to take my medicine. And by the morning, it'll be all right. Yes. It will be all right, y'all. It will be. I'm going to grab up my bottles of water and cut off a few lights in here. And we're going to walk on back here to the bedroom. We're going to walk on to the bedroom since y'all up with me. Let me grab this bottle of water and this bottle of water too. And definitely cut this light. Y'all hang in there. And I'm actually walking around like I got my clothes half off because my body's burning up. Little body. I gotta move this whole chair, but it's okay. Activity of the limbs, thank God. I'm literally walking around with the barrelies on because my body burning up. And at the same time, my body cold, freezing. So I got the heat on, and I think that's a mistake. Oh! I tried to stop it before it dropped. Holding a lot of things here. Oh, there go a piece of peppermint. Let me grab a piece of that. Y'all hang in there. I got about 5 more minutes of talking with you. I'm trying to be. Let's walk on down here. Down this hallway. Pretty soon, y'all, I won't be walking down this hallway. I'll be walking past the utility room to get to my bedroom. And that's where I'm trying to get back to. To my original bedroom. This room here gonna be for... I'm not gonna say who it's gonna be for because I don't know. But my home, it'll be what it needs to be. And I don't know who God is sending here. But it just like, get ready. I don't know what, who, why. But it's in me. Get ready. I told my daughter. I says it feels like I'm nesting. Getting ready to birth something. And I don't know what. Or who. But I got to be obedient and prepare the house as he says prepare it. I wasted a lot of water just now. I should have came on here earlier talking because I do feel better. I don't know what I'm wearing tomorrow. Yeah, so let's get this out of here. Okay, so what I say, I need to take, let me see the steroids. take 1 tablet by mouth twice daily. Okay, so I can have another one of these. So yeah, Timothy, Eunice, and Lois, they taught him how to have faith in God. And that's all I want to do. I want to teach my children to have faith in God. I tell them all the time, I'm not going to be here for you like that. Because it's going to come a time when God going to send me a husband. I'm not talking about deaf wives. I be telling them, God going to send me a husband. And I'm going to be going out with him. And y'all going to need how to talk to God for yourself. And my granddaughters be like, no, Grandma. No. That's Destiny. Destiny don't want to share me. But eventually, you know, in God's timing, I believe it'll happen. I'm not the first woman to be 40, in my upper 40s and single. I'm not the first one, and I'm not going to be the last. Did I take that blood pressure pill earlier today? I don't think so. I think there's one I didn't take. And it's got to be this one. Yep. I didn't. I took the other one. Oh, I cannot wait to stop taking these meds. Whew. Literally wasted a lot of water on this bed. Jamie, why? Get somewhere. Find your happy place in your home. And don't let nobody stop you from being happy in it. Okay, let me see here. Got my little humidifier on. I'm going tomorrow because I got to be with my mama. I got to be with my mama too, you know. I'm not just wanting to go to be celebrated, but I think she needs to be celebrated. And she loved going out to eat. She's always loved going out to eat. Mama loves some good eating. And we really do cook every year for Mother's Day. But not this time. So, y'all took the medicine. We're going to touch and agree that by this time in the PM, that I'm going to be feeling brand new. Everything going to be healed. It's going to be burnt up inside my body. Got to be done burn up this infection. I'm going to be breathing normal. I'm going to be walking. And all that good stuff. And I'm going to find something to wear. Yeah. So peace, love, and happiness. I'm done now, y'all. I don't have nothing else to tell you. Now's my time to just sit back here. And I've been in meditation all day with God's word and music. Now, I'm finna sit back here and bask in my healing. Yep. Ooh, my head's so hot. My leg's so hot. And yet I'm cold. That's crazy. But it is what it is. Healing. And healing to all of you that may be going through something in your life. Healing to all of us. Whether it's physical, mental, whatever. Financial. Healing to all of us in Jesus' name. Amen.